This is a breakdown of Metacube's TikTok Shop strategy. Currently, they have the top selling product on TikTok Shop. In the last 180 days, they have generated $64 million. And this is all done with affiliates and viral UGC content. I'm going to show you everything from their subscription-based product strategy, how they got 45,000 affiliates to promote their products, and the strategy that's allowing them to go viral and become a trend inside of TikTok. In my opinion, this is one of the brands that really cracked TikTok Shop. They found this 3-pillar strategy that allows them to hit $1 million days consistently. Make sure to watch it to the end because you'll understand how to recreate this directly inside of your own TikTok Shop. Let's jump straight into this. Perfect. So here we are inside of CalData. We can see right here that Metacube is the #1 top selling product on TikTok Shop. $5.7 million in the last 30 days. You can see right now they're actually, this is the growth chart right here. And you can see is negative because they're coming down from Black Friday like every other brand right here. So for this sake, for the brand's sake, let's go to shop and we can see their whole actual brand strategy, not that single product. Let's go over here and let's move over to 180 days. We can see they made $65 million in sales. Most of that was through affiliate revenue, 60 out of 65 million. The other was through self-operated accounts. Now moving down, to explain this self-operating account, basically, it's an account that the brand owns and it's directly affiliated to the account, right? So it's not like an exterior affiliate. It's pay me like an employee working for the brand. Now coming down, we can see the new products and male product ranking. So a thing to mention here is that all of the products are skincare, obviously, so they're consumable, meaning that you can put people on a actual subscription, which really helps bring in recurring revenue, right? So we can keep on moving down and we can go to their creators. So this right here, we can see they worked at 45,000, insane amount. And a huge part of TikTok Shop is the volume. Let's move over to full screen. So a huge part of TikTok Shop is the actual volume, right? TikTok Shop is a numbers game. The more affiliates you get, the more likely you are to go viral, right? Because more videos hit the algorithm. So eventually some are going to hit. And then once those videos hit, you're going to be able to see which ones perform the best, recreate them, etc. So it's basically a flywheel effect of growth when that happens. So here we can see actually some more info. So we can see that the top affiliate posted 49 videos. Medicube themselves posted 29. They're focusing on live streams. You can see here. This midlife nursing, she really grinded and posted 239. And Ariel Castillo, 165, 211. So this is an important thing to mention. You cannot scale your TikTok Shop brand if you're getting one video per affiliate. It's just not going to work. The logistics are not there. You need volume and you need frequency and quality of content to be able to really become a trend in your niche. Moving back over here, we can keep on moving down. So products, so the top product, #1 right now on TikTok, $16 million, almost $17 million in the past 180 days. They have sold 201,000 items. And on average, they're around $80. So a thing that they really lean on a lot is artificial sales. So realistically, they always sell at $80, but they increase their price. They increase the product price and then they run a discount on it. So it crosses over and it shows for $80. I highly recommend that you do this. This increases conversion rate by a lot and you're just missing out on revenue if you're not doing this. Now, if you're not doing it right, you can run the risk of looking fake or phony, a cheap brand. Another thing that you're going to notice on TikTok Shop is if you watch my videos, you understand the importance of promoting one product first, getting momentum on that one product, and then getting people to buy your other products on the back end. So that's really what they did. They focused on this product for a very long time, and then they released this one. And what people tend to do is they buy that first product, they like it, they go ahead and buy it again, and then sometimes they even go into the other products, the sometimes more expensive products on the back end, right? But you need to focus on TikTok Shop especially on getting momentum on that single product, getting sales, getting reviews stacked on that one listing in order for TikTok to really be able to push you out to everybody. So moving down, okay, perfect. So this is really where you get a bunch of info. 300,000 videos posted in the last 180 days. This is incredible. The amount of volume that they're doing, no brand has ever done this, right? So it's insane how they can actually manage to get quality and quantity. So the top videos, I'm sure you guys have seen this in my other videos, but it was a minute long and it generated $1.4 million in sales, 33 million views, insane. So there's also another thing on TikTok Shop and it's called the spillover effect. So the spillover effect is basically once you get a lot of sales on TikTok, on a TikTok video, people don't buy directly on TikTok all the time. They're going to go to your website, in a few days later on, they're going to go to your website, they're going to buy you retail, they're going to buy on Amazon, etc. So these videos really bring top of funnel marketing to your brand. Everybody's going to see it on TikTok and then they're going to talk to their friends. You're going to get a bunch of sales on the back end that you can't directly attribute to TikTok, but it's definitely there and you're going to notice spike everywhere else once you go viral. The amount of volume that they're doing has never been done by an e-commerce brand before. So it's insane. And this is really why TikTok Shop is so good. It allows you to get so many videos, UGC videos, that before would cost you hundreds of dollars per video. Now you can just get them basically essentially for a free product that you send out, right? So super good. Put these on your websites, put these everywhere because they increase conversion rate. On your website, believe this statistic is a few years old, but it used to increase your conversion rate by like 30% or something. It was insane. So make sure to use these on meta ads, put them on your pages, organic videos, just put them everywhere. UGC is incredibly important, incredibly valuable, and this allows you to get a lot of it. Now, moving on to the top video. So it was a minute long. It generated $1.4 million in sales. That's insane. From one video that was a minute long, right? And these creators are not even doing anything crazy. A lot of people think that you need super high production sets, super high, cost to make good videos. But the best videos are really made by relatable creators that can reach an audience that is similar to them, right? Now, let's actually watch this video to see the marketing angles. Now, remember, if you are a competitor brand, right, you want to find competitors on CalData and go ahead and recreate them, look out for their marketing angles, right? These marketing angles work, so you want to recreate them and recreate them and recreate them. So let's take a look.
Why does it feel like someone at Medicube made a mistake? Like, this is actually insane. I'm a little concerned. This is $228 worth of glass skin products for under $80 with free shipping. How is this even allowed? This is Medicube's glass skin bundle, and if you've been wanting that...
So she's calling out the sale. So this is very good to point out because a lot of people think that for good hooks, you need something crazy, something out of this world, something, that's going to reach a really specific target audience. But that's not the case, right? If you have a good enough offer on your product, you can actually just go ahead and call out the sale and you're going to do good, right? It creates urgency. The people want to buy it, especially if people have been seeing your product on the algorithm. Now you have a sale on your product, they're going to buy it, right? So that's a very good thing to point out. So keep note of that marketing angle. You're going to see it a lot recreated in their whole affiliate system because if you find a marketing angle that works for you, let me go over to full screen. On TikTok Shop, if you find a marketing angle that works for you and your brand that's doing good, getting sales, getting views, recreate it until it's dead. You are missing out on sales if you do it one time, you know it works, and you don't do it again. You're leaving money on the table. It's low-hanging fruit, and you're going to be able to make that video 10, 20, 50 times and get money every single time. So make sure you are not a seller that's just losing money for no reason. Let's go over to the second video right here. Real quick, if you want this Metacube style affiliate system placed and managed inside of your business, go ahead and hit the first link in the description. This is only for brands committed to scaling into 2026 and becoming a top authority on TikTok Shop. Right here on screen, you can see some of the results we're getting for our clients.
Yes.
So again, notice she's calling out the deal, right? She's calling out the sale. If anybody misses out on this deal, again, it's a different format. She's doing the makeup on herself, or the skincare on herself. So you want to experiment, use the same market angles. If the sale's working, call it out. Don't be afraid.
These are the products that work for me.
So this is the same creator, top creator. Now just go through all of these videos, right? Again, find a competitor to you and just recreate them in your own affiliate system. So download these videos using CalData. And by the way, CalData is the absolute #1 TikTok Shop software. First, so if you're a seller, you're trying to start selling on TikTok Shop, you want to build your brand, go ahead and get on CalData. I actually have a discount link, third link in my description. That's a 10% discount link for CalData, so go ahead and use that. But yeah, essentially, this is just how you make an actual content system and a content strategy for your brand. You want to really emulate what works. Do not try to reinvent the wheel, like I said before. You can easily get to $100, $200, $300, $400, $500,000 in sales per month just doing what works. Once you get to that point, you can actually go ahead and start testing, but you really don't need to before that $500,000 a month mark. Another thing to mention is that they actually are running a Spark Ads method. So we can see all of these videos right here have ads on them, right? They're pushing ad spend on them through GMV Max. And this is very cool, a way that you do it on TikTok Shop, and TikTok Shop really revolutionized this, is that you can actually go ahead and test videos organically. So a creator posts a video, right? You wait for it to get sales organically, see if it's doing well. And then you can actually go ahead and take a video that's already doing well and push ad spend on it. So before, the way that you would do it, let's say like on Meta, on TikTok, even before, you would get a video and you have to test it with money. So you're wasting money off the get-go. You don't know if this video is going to perform. You don't know anything, right? You have no data and you're just basically wasting that money. a video gets posted organically, if it gets sales, you go ahead and put that in a GMV Max ad campaign and it starts pushing ad spend on it and doing really well. So for my clients, we're getting really high ROAS, which is return on ad spend, because we're testing these videos organically, right? They're getting a lot of money organically, and then that ad spend just pushes them out to everybody. Now, moving on, hopefully that gave you a good idea of how to really build a content strategy and use this to push your brand even farther. Moving down, let's go over here to live streams. So live streams are good. However, I always tell all of my clients and everybody that watches my videos, live streams are good, but don't focus on live streams. You are going to get a higher ROI, return on investment, if you focus on videos. So we can see their live revenue here. So for example, if you go over to their products, right? Let's go to the top product right here. We can actually see their live revenue separated from the video revenue. And their video revenue was $14 million and their live revenue was only $2 million. So a lot of brands make the mistake where they go ahead and do so many lives, when instead you could just focus on videos, get as many videos into the algorithm, and you're going to make a lot more money on TikTok Shop. Now back to the shop and about ads. So TikTok is mainly organic and you can get very far doing organic, but the top brands are pushing a lot of ad spend on their videos. And honestly, I hate to say it, but the farther we get into TikTok Shop, because TikTok Shop is still new, the farther we get into its development, the more pay to play it's becoming, right? So don't get me wrong, you can still go to 100, 200, 300K per month organically, but top brands are spending so much money on ads and they're still, they're still profitable, but the quicker you get in and establish your brand on TikTok Shop, the better it's going to be for you. Now let's touch on this point of social commerce. So social commerce is this new thing where you can buy directly inside of social apps. So this is not completely widespread yet, and TikTok is the first to really do this, but Meta, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, they're all doing this where you can buy e-commerce products directly inside of the app. You might be asking, why is this happening? Because these platforms that have all their users, they're noticing that it doesn't make sense for them to send a ready-to-buy consumer to an exterior website when they can just go ahead and keep them on the platform, right? It's better for the engagement, it's better for everything. They keep them on the platform and host a transaction on the platform. This is incredible, and they're going to be making so much more money because they're going to be taking a percentage of every single transaction on the platform, right? Before, the only way they would make money was actual selling ad placements, ads. Now they're going to take a transaction and make so much more money. So slowly the days of websites are dying, and eventually in a few years, these platforms are not going to allow you to actually go ahead and send a consumer to an exterior website, right? So establish your brand on social commerce, please. If you're serious about your business, you have to be focusing on social commerce. Another thing I want to touch on for the content strategy specifically is that you need to go ahead and train these creators, right? So they don't just let their creators free flow. Sometimes they might, but most of the time they're going to have a brief or guidelines to go about. So as a brand, you need to go ahead and understand what goes viral, what works, what doesn't, and teach that to your creators. So hooks, marketing angles, talking points, editing style, flow, videos, etc. You really need to understand this. So go and research 10 of your competitors, your top selling competitors on TikTok Shop, direct and indirect, and understand what's working for them. You want to collect all of this information and put it into a brief. Also, get on coaching calls with your affiliates, not, one by one. That's going to take too long if you're doing a lot of scale, but get on community coaching calls. Another thing to mention here is that a lot of affiliates, most of your affiliates are going to be commission based, meaning they just make videos for a free product. And if they get sales, they get the commission. Now, top brands like these, they're focusing a lot on retainer based creators. So a retainer-based creator, on top of that commission in the free product, they get paid a specified amount of money for a specified amount of videos every single month. So this is incredibly high ROI if you get the right one and you do it right, because these creators are going to give you, more than one video, more than two videos. They're going to, a good range is anywhere between 10 to 25 videos per month. So this is really going to allow you to hit scale. Again, it costs money upfront, but this is really how you go viral, right? Because they have enough reps to really understand what works and what doesn't once they do it again and again, month over month. So even if you're starting out, you don't need 100 of them. Get 2, 3 retainer-based affiliates making 10 to 25 videos per month, and you're going to see your sales skyrocket, especially out of that probation period. Probation period on TikTok Shop is basically as a starter. TikTok Shop needs to ensure that you are a good seller for, user experience reasons. Let's say, for example, a consumer is viewing TikTok, right? They buy a product and the product they don't receive the product, it's going to look bad on TikTok. So they do this just to make sure sellers are good actual sellers, not scammers. They're an actual business. So these retainer-based creators are going to allow you to get enough creators coming in and enough videos coming in to get those initial sales to get out of that probation period. Another thing to mention is that affiliates, they don't want to work with a brand new brand on TikTok Shop, right? You have no sales, you have no reviews. So imagine what the affiliate thinks. They think this is not a good opportunity for me. I want to go ahead and work with the top brands that are getting sales that I know I can easily get sales with. So this makes it incredibly hard for you as a beginner on TikTok Shop to get affiliates. How do you mitigate this? Is volume, volume, volume. So starting on TikTok Shop, you need to go ahead and reach out to creators. They're not going to reach out to you. Eventually that flips. Once you're a big brand, a lot of affiliates are going to be reaching out to you, lining up to work with you. But that is not the case. So what you need to do is just send out invites. So inside the TikTok Shop Seller Center, send out thousands and thousands of invites per day. You do have limits depending on how much GMV you have, but send out as many invites you can per day to really get past this. If you're following these steps, you're going to start growing rapidly. And if you want the same affiliate engine that helped Metacube generate $64.8 million in 180 days, and if you're ready to invest into a system that allows you to get viral content, top affiliates, and daily sales, then book a call using the first link in the description. And again, this is only for brands that are willing to invest. Otherwise, if you want to continue learning, you can go ahead and watch this video on screen. It breaks down exactly how to navigate the TikTok Shop Seller Center, which is your hub as a seller on TikTok. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.